Hi guys, today we're going to talk about Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. We're going to talk about an interview that I saw on TV yesterday. It was an interview of Chris Christie, an American politician, right? By a British journalist, and his name is Piers Morgan. Yes, you know that Piers Morgan, that guy. Oh my God. He's so obsessed with Harry and Meghan. I think it's an obsession. He cannot go a day without talking about them, or he cannot have an American, whether politician, artist, or something else, without asking about Harry and Meghan. That's what I don't understand about the British. Do they need to ask about Harry and Meghan to every American that they see or politician that they see? So he expected something salacious, something mean said about Harry and Meghan, but he didn't quite get what he was expecting. So he asked Chris Christie about Prince Harry, because he seems to have had met him back in the day, sometimes in 2006. And he said, well, you met Prince Harry. It was right after Hurricane Katrina. What do you think of him in light of what has happened since, right? So Christie was like, yes, I've met him. And he was cut by Piers Morgan and said, and Meghan Markle, what do you think about Meghan Markle? What Chris Christie said is that, well, he hasn't met Meghan Markle, so he cannot judge her. And he's decided that as a principle not to talk about someone that he has not met, and or base his judgment on what he's read, being himself a public figure and having also been criticized that way, right? So he didn't comment on Meghan Markle. He read about her, but he wants to make his own opinion once he met her. That's my interpretation of what he said. But basically he said, I don't know her, never met her, read about her, and I don't have an opinion. That's all he said. So Piers Morgan, that buffoon, was a bit disappointed, right? He was laughing, but you knew that he wanted something more. So he kind of pressed Chris Christie about Prince Harry. And he said, yes, Prince Harry, I met him, right? We met. And when we met, I came with a gift for him. It was a t-shirt with his name, Prince Harry, on it. And he said that he found Prince Harry a bit sad and confused. So when he said that, the eyes of Piers Morgan lit up, and he was like, yes, what do you mean by that? And he said, you know what, when he came, after I gave him the gift, we went inside my office or something like that, and he told me that he had a gift for me, but he didn't want to give me that in public because they made him do it. When he said they, he was talking about the palace. They made him do it, and he wanted Christie to open his gift once he's left, not when he was there, right? And Christie was like, why? And he said, well, you know what? They made me give you this, and I feel a bit embarrassed by that. So when he left, Chris Christie opened the bag, and it was a photograph of Prince Harry with his signature on it, which I think is standard things given by the royal family. So Harry was saying that he was forced by Buckingham Palace to give this gift to Chris Christie, and he's embarrassed because he didn't want to give that. It's not a gift that you give someone a picture of yourself with an autograph or signature on it, right? So this is why Chris Christie said that he felt Harry was sad and confused. So when Piers Morgan heard that, he was still not happy, because it wasn't the negative comment that he hoped for. Because that comment wasn't showing Harry in a bad light, right? It was showing Buckingham Palace in a bad light, showing that Harry did not approve of something, of some of their decision, and that he was forced to do them. So, Piers Morgan didn't dig deeper on that particular matter. He spent his time saying that, Harry and Meghan are not really interviewed seriously. Whenever they say something, people don't dig deeper. People don't ask questions about that. He had the opportunity to ask questions about Harry being forced to do something, but he didn't do it because it wasn't suiting the narrative, and it was portraying Buckingham Palace in a very, very bad light, right? But then he pressed on Chris Christie with the story about Prince Harry talking about the royal family in his book, how he was not loyal to his family. And he said to Chris Christie, you're a family man, right? So this is a way of pushing people to have an opinion based on his own experience of fatherhood. Of course, he's going to say something negative, being himself a family man. So Chris Christie said, yes, I am a family man. I have a few daughters, right? So I think that it's sad that Harry and Meghan, or Prince Harry, wrote these books and did these interviews with Oprah Winfrey. We all have disagreement with family, and but you have to keep in the family. You can't just wash your dirty laundry in public. In that way, it was shameful for Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, especially if they wanted to make money as well. Piers Morgan was jubilant. He was happy. You could see his throat, that he is overweight. He was so happy. He finally got what he was hoping for, but it wasn't explosive. It wasn't mean. That's why he was quite disappointed, right? He was a bit disappointed. And then Chris Christie finally delivered the last blow, not to Meghan or Harry, but to Prince Charles. He said that if he had been my child, I would have done everything possible to bring him back. But then Piers Morgan said, but King Charles has done everything that he can. He's at the end of his tether, and he's just washed his hand off Harry. But then Christie said, oh yes, I understand that. I understand that at one point you're pushed to your last resort and you have to let your child go and live his own experience. But he said, as a father with daughters, it will take a lot for me to completely wash my hand off my children, right? And he said it's maybe of no fault of King Charles, but the fact is he loves his own daughter to death and he will never let them down. So Piers Morgan was like, okay, we're going to stop talking about the royal family. Let's talk about politics now. It was so funny to see. I was just laughing. I might not like Chris Christie's for his stance, right, on a lot of things and the fact that he's a Republican, but I was happily surprised that he decided not to comment on Meghan Markle, which is what that awful guy, Morgan, hoped. He really hoped that Chris Christie would slam Meghan Markle. You could see his eyes lighting up, waiting for the answer. Christie, tell me how awful she is. But he didn't get the answer. He was so disappointed. And then he moved on to Harry. And what about Harry? Christie said he's a sad and confused guy. So you could see the eyes and the smile on Piers Morgan's face. But it wasn't for the reason he hoped for. Anyhow, that's what I wanted to share with you guys. I didn't put the clip because I wanted to describe the scene, right? Rather than show you the clip like I often do on this channel. I'm going to put the link here so you can go and watch. And you can always come back here and tell me if I was wrong, if I interpreted this interview wrongly. So yeah, let me know what you think. Hope you like the video. Feel free to click on like if it's the case. Subscribe for more videos and click on the notification bell to be notified when I post a new video. Thank you.